Okay, so hi everyone. I'll be giving you a lecture on building React admin dashboards. So I'll be sharing my screen with you. Okay, I hope you can see it. So I've seen the challenge, and you are supposed to be building a dashboard that actually has for the oil industry, and you'll be taking the Flask API tutorial after this, but for now I'll be just showing you about the front end part of it. So there are many ways you can create a React dashboard. I chose what I think is better in like creating dashboards, which is a React admin dashboard. So this is a package you can install, and it comes in with built-in things so that you don't have to write a lot of things from scratch. So let's talk about the objective. So the objective is you have oil price data, and then you have a Flask API backend. So this plugin will be built separately. Then we have the admin panel. So in order to build the admin panel, instead of starting from scratch, there are like packages that would help us that specifically are better suited for building dashboards. So one such npm package is React admin. So when we like take a look at how you can install it, you can just npm install React admin, and the remaining components are actually how you interact with the package. So the main component is the React admin, and then the array data simple REST is how you interact with your REST API, which is going to be built with a Flask backend. And the recharts is a library for building charts. So all in all, it's just a package you install, and then we can continue on how exactly you configure this dashboard builder. So say we have a backend, and the backend has the following endpoint, which is a change points endpoint, and it provides the properties ID, date, event, and shift. So this is basically the contract. So whatever you define here will be later used by the React admin so that it can easily show the dashboards that you are going to be building. So this is basically the contract. So what you define here is very important. And then once you have defined this in your backend, then on the front end, we'll be creating the connection. So the connection in this case is just a simple REST provider. It takes in your backend URL. Currently, it's just going to be localhost, and it takes in the endpoint. And then this data provider will be passed to the components that you are going to be building. And then, for example, you can see in the admin, it says data provider is equals to data provider, which is specified on the top. Saying the resources you are going to be building, for example, the list resource or the create, the edit resources will be written within the admin component. So here we have, for example, a mapping resource to routes. So the resource component is coming from the React admin package, and it requires the name. And also, for example, if you want a list, which is basically just showing what exactly is there in your data, and if you want an edit, if you want a create, so all this will then be mapped into their corresponding endpoints. So below you can see there is localhost 3000 change points. So this is used for the list view. And then for the edit view, it takes in an ID. In this case, it's 12. And for the create view, it just appends /create. So it's just one line of code, but it creates the CRUD functionality, which is of the three, the list, the edit, and the create for your front end. So for example, if you are just taking a look at how you can build the list view, so there is a data grid component. So the data grid component is basically taking what you have defined earlier in your backend contract. So in the contract, we had the field state, event, and also price shift. So these are coming from the contract, and this will be then later mapped into a data grid, which is going to be just a table with components that are shown. So it helps you in actually just building a table based on the backend contract. And also there is a visualization layer. If we are going to be integrating charts into the dashboard, we use recharts. So we installed recharts earlier, and from that we are using the line chart, and this line chart also takes the data that's coming from the backend. So all in all, the React admin package allows you to create dashboards quite easily instead of like starting from scratch. It allows you to mostly reuse the resource which is like coming from the backend, and then easily map out to different CRUD level views, for example, for the create, for the listing, and also for the editing. So I hope it's clear up until now. Before we proceed to actually me showing you the code, if you have any questions, you can ask now, and I'll just take a moment to answer them. So anyone with a question can proceed. Tell anyone has a question.
If you guys don't have a question, just show us a thumbs up so that I understand that it's clear. Yeah, I think we can move on.
Okay, so here this is just a simple dashboard that I created with React admin package. So basically in this view, you can like say it's showing a dashboard which with a list view. So it's also showing a graph, which is a chart, and it allows, so this data is coming, currently it's just hard coded because it's not connected to the API. But later when you take the Flask API backend course, then you will be able to actually integrate this data with the Richart library as well as the React admin dashboard builder. So here we can see like the data, this data is coming from actually from the code base, and also this chart is built based on the data. So we have also the change points page here. So this change points page has a table that's being shown here, and it's built based on the data that's available. So these fields like the date, the event, the impact, the description, all of these are coming from what we have as a data. And then we also can have like filter the capability based on to filter it from date to date and all of those. So the React admin helps in most of these cases on how you can build it easily. So I think maybe I can show you the code. Let me just share the screen. I hope it's visible. So basically I installed, like I told you earlier, the React admin, where is it? The React admin package. And also I installed in addition to that Recharts UI. This is basically how you actually like create the charts that you saw earlier. And these are just more or less just icons. They are used for icons. And also I used this one, the React admin data fake rest. So because we are not actually using a backend for this, in this case, for this demo, I'm just like creating a fake REST API, and then it's using that. So if I just show you how exactly this works. So here we have the mock data. So the mock data is basically, it contains the following data. So the change points has the ID, the date, the events. I hope it's visible. I think it should be visible now. Yeah. So These are basically, you can think of like the oil price changes. So based on the given date and what event happened, did the price increase or not? So this shows the data, and then this data will later be actually used to create the chart. So like I said before, I'm not using the actual API, but for your case, you'll be using the Flask API and then connecting that to the front end. So once we have this data, and if you just go to JSX, so this is just your entry point to your actually dashboard. So here we have like the admin, it's being imported, and also the resources being imported from the React admin package. And it's taking in the data provider. So the data provider is the most important component for the React admin package. It's basically what it translates from your backend to actually what shows on your front end. So in this case, we are just using some mock data. So once we have that in place, then we have the dashboard component. So you can just open the dashboard component. So basically, the dashboard component, as I showed you earlier, it has 2 points, so two actually values. The first one is the change points, and also the second one is the prices. So the change points is basically for the table, and the prices is for the chart you saw earlier. So this just comes in for the dashboard component, which is the first page you see. So then we have, if you could just go back, the resource. So this is also being imported from the React admin package, and it takes in the name. So this name is going to be what's going to be displayed on the URL. So it should be like what you want to be displayed there. So when it's just showing a list, then in that case, it's going to be change points slash. For example, if we just had another one here, a create, saying it will be taking in like a component, and then that will be then showed as, let's say, like change points slash create on the URL. And for if you have like an edit, it's just going to be shown like change points slash edit. Probably here we will have like an ID, which ID are we going to be editing. So for this case, I'm just showing you the list one. And for the list, like earlier, you saw like a table, and that table had the following components: the date, the events, and the price shift, as well as the description. So maybe it's better if I just show you my entire screen. No, just go back here, and hopefully it's visible, the dashboard. And this table is like the code I was showing you earlier is basically building this table. And also what I was saying about the URLs is basically the change points URL. Whenever you create a resource, you have to name it. And then based on that naming you give, it will be displayed. For example, in this case, just since we are only just displaying the list, then it doesn't have any. But if you had like an edit component, then it will just take an ID and then it will go there. Or if you are just going to be creating, then you have a create route. It automatically sets this up as long as you put it as a resource in the code. It will be just routing it based on the name that you give. You also have like the dashboard here, in which the price history chart is built. So like I said, the most important part here is the data provider. It's what maps what's coming from the backend with what's there on the front end. So I think from the code base, more or less, I think that's it. So why use React admin, the package React admin? So it just makes building admin dashboards a lot more faster for you, because you're not going to be like starting from scratch. It has components, and I'll just show you the page React admin hub, like just to show you as an example, like what people are building with it. So here on the GitHub page, I hope it's visible. So people are building such kind of dashboards with it. And like obviously it has a lot of components that's built in for such use cases. So for example, it's backend agnostic, connects to like any API. For example, in your case, you'll be building it in Flask. So when the backend is ready, then you'll be able to connect with Flask API. It also contains like the blocks, the building blocks. You are not going to be starting from scratch. It provides the hooks, the components for authentication, routing. I mentioned routing, forms and validation. If you are just going to be creating like the capability of adding items. Data grid is basically the table I showed you. The search and filter is also like there on the change points you have to search, and you can also add a filter here based on the data. So the data, it's basically the data provider is the most important part. It takes in like what fields you have and which of those fields can be used as a filter. And you also have, definitely a great developer experience because you are probably you're not starting from scratch. You are building on top of something. So all in all, you just have to run this command to install it. And at a glance, it says at a glance. So the admin is coming from the admin component. It's coming from the React admin, and the resource is also coming from there. Then you have a data provider, which in this case, it's using the simple REST since they have a backend set up. And then you have a resource. So the resource name is post. So I told you earlier, we have like a list view for the edit and also for the create. You have all of those. So I think more or less it's a simple package. I think it's very easily understandable. And I recommend you use this package to actually like build the admin dashboard instead of like starting from scratch. So if there is any question, I think now I can open it for Q&A. Anyone with a question? Is it maybe okay? Is it clear? If it's clear, you can also react. Nice. Okay, Betel, Jonathan. Yep, Sarah. All right. So I'll just so you can find the React admin on the challenge doc as well. It's listed there. I think it's on the references. There are also other ways you can build the dashboard. They are also part of the references, but I suggest you probably use the React admin one. Also that you can explore. So I will leave that up to you. And I think that's all.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Abdulhamid, for taking the time, and everyone for joining. I think we can wrap up the session here.
Nice. All right. Thank you for joining, everyone.
Thank you, guys. See you guys in Slack.